Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Break the Routine. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Anthony Rutherford from Newcastle. I call him, hey mate. He's a dancer, performer, presenter, and all-round entertainer whose career has moved far beyond the dance studio. From his roots in dance, he was on stage, of course, on the microphone and in front of a wide audience. Anthony has built a reputation for connecting performance, personality, and real human warmth. In this episode, we talk about different worlds he's moved through when dance gave him a foundation and how this journey has shaped the way he sees success, identity, and legacy. Welcome, Mr. Anthony
Thank you very much. That's a lovely introduction.
Nice
I'm
to have
very,
you.
very happy with that. Thank you very much.
You're happy? That's good.
Yes,
that's good.
very
My
happy.
team did well.
Yeah.
Well done, Alex.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm hot. I'm gonna be honest. I've said this 100 times already, but we're like basically like Vikings in the northeast. You know, we're used to the ice, and you come down here and it's only 10 degrees hotter, but I am roasting. I came in and the lovely guys, Alex sorted us out with a fan and some water and people behind us.
Save
Fan.
me.
Yeah. So I'm all right now. We've had the aircon on, so I'm all right. But yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good.
How was Newcastle?
Brilliant. Yeah,
Brilliant.
really good. Yeah, and it's so much nicer, isn't it, this time of year when it is warm and everyone's out and everyone's having a good time. And
I remember we were touring. What was last summer, and we were outside the theater, and it was by the river there. And I remember everybody was outside on the grass, like doing like a picnic type of
we
situation.
came down, didn't we?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
it was nice.
remember.
Do you know what? It always reminds us when I come down here how nice Newcastle is, and I'm not slating London at all.
No.
But the people are so much more friendly. I've went probably 2 hours today on tubes and trains, and I've been to a few meetings. No one spoke to us once. And I'll walk down the street in Newcastle and I'm there for an hour having conversation with people I don't know. So I love it. I love it. It's so much better.
Yeah, no, they are a bit more open and a bit more easy to chat, like you say. Yeah. No, also the public, when you're touring and you have, also Auntie was doing now a few dance classes in Ireland in cities that are not really the main. Of course, you do Dublin, obviously.
Yeah.
But then she was going to cities, and we were driving to a sports hall in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
People are so happy,
Yeah.
and they were so friendly, and they were like when they did the Q&A, they were just so excited to talk, you know, to express and to. It was really
We just like
different.
talking, don't it? Irish, Scottish, Northern. It's all the same.
Yeah, but it was a great atmosphere. In whatever small part of the country you go, it's just they are so open and they love dance. They watch obviously Strictly and they watch all of these big shows, but still they have that much humbleness. You know, they are really so down to earth and they appreciate so much.
Yeah. It is. It's like that. There's a really good community. Whenever I've been in Ireland or Scotland, it always feels like everyone's the same. Everyone's treated the same. Everyone talks the same. You know, it's nice when. Not that there's anything wrong. I always feel when I'm working.
Of course, you're privileged in London.
Yeah,
but
when I come to London, the energy is better. I've got to be honest. You want to do more and you want to create more.
Yeah.
And I always feel, as soon as I get off the train in King's Cross, I feel like it's
happening.
I'm working. Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to do something. In Newcastle, you get off the train and someone's going, "Do you fancy a pint? Do you want to cut?" Do you know what I mean? Like that's at like 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's like there's a big difference. You know? What I mean? Yeah, it's good.
No, and that's why for me as well, when we moved, I moved from Romania.
Yeah.
Dancing was growing in those years. Then I moved from Germany, and Germany was great. You could see, because dancing was huge in Germany.
Yeah.
All the dance school system and all the competition, what they do is so good. The numbers they have in the federation is huge.
Yeah.
Proper. And then I moved here. And then because you have so much more parts of dancing, DanceSport is huge in Germany.
Yeah.
But the other styles, musical theater is there, but very, very tiny islands of that side. And I think more now breaking and street dance, so they're going in much more in other styles as well. But when you come to London and around London, you're like, boom. Yeah. And also outside London, musical theater schools are huge and all over the place.
They're huge.
They're everywhere.
Which India went to an audition for summer school. It literally, that's all it was for. Down here for this summer, and there was over 5,000 kids that just got through to That was after the applicants. And then they had to cut them. And this is just in a little town, you know, that's ready to...
Wow.
The numbers are ridiculous. And when I see auditions that she goes to, thousands and thousands and thousands of kids, you know, and it's not... This is just in one area. In Newcastle, where London's obviously...
But I know we had one of the Grace, one of the dancers in the tour was from Sunderland.
Yeah.
Sunderland. I love. She was so funny. And she was coming for auditions here, and she was like, "Yeah, we have musical school there and there and there." So in Sunderland, she said,
there's an amazing one in Sunderland now. Yeah, really good, really good. Yeah, there's some amazing talent as well. And the problem what you have is the accessibility of getting to London for a lot of families and for a lot of kids just isn't there. The money, I mean, you know, you come down and you're probably spending £300-400 just to get to an audition in London. And look, some of us privileged, we can afford that, it's fine. But there's a lot of people that can't do that every month or every couple of weeks to get
£300 is different in London than in the north.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah, so it's hard.
We had one time, I think it was for Kendrick Lamar, was casting in the studio.
Yeah.
One day, 1.4 thousand people. I was like, well, guys, you're blocking everything here. Like the neighbors are like, guys, what's going on?
Yeah, brilliant.
No, it's mad.
It's amazing.
And also other castings, when I see the numbers,
in
whatever they do, street dance commercial, mainly, it's unbelievable.
It's a lot different now, though. We might talk this later on, but when I went into Oliver, I auditioned, and there was regional auditions first, and there were over 2 days. And there was no mobiles, there was no, you know, emails or anything. It was literally you had to go. And we stood outside for probably 4 or 5 hours in this queue. And then you get called back. And then they just say, right, you've got to come back tomorrow. And again, I was from a, you know, we didn't have much money. So it was like, what we're going to do? Like, we'll have to stop in a bus station or something. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but it was that kind of situation. And then we ended up, and it was all over. Then you had to do one
a bed and breakfast somewhere just to
get it's crazy. So
over the
it's a little bit easier now because you can book things and, you know, there's time slots and it's a lot more.
And people are still complaining.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it. Now. I don't get it.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, I understand London is expensive, and especially some weekends where it's everything happening in London, and now in July is not an easy month, I'm sure. But you have to just consider how much. Like your phone is literally is as
That's
smart
passport
as
now,
the biggest computers that you had 20 years ago. I mean, no, I'm really grateful for everything we have and the time we live in, you know, and especially for dancing because it's a visual art and a visual sport. You have YouTube for free for lectures. You have, I mean,
it's so good. I think lockdown helped us, didn't it, massively.
I mean,
that,
well, I had the VHS. I invited. I hope we get them soon. Hilton, Hilton's doing Ballroom, and I had my teacher was a bodybuilder.
Okay.
So he was not a dancer because I started in '94 and '92 dancing started in Romania. Yeah. And then we had in the corner of the studio a big, huge TV, one of those thick ones. And it was like, oh, let's start our dance class. And Hilton was on. Let's do the slow foxtrot and 3-step. You're going to the reverse. Okay, everyone, let's copy.
So it's off do you remember the CDs, and they used to have a video with them when they were doing it at Blackpool. They'd be selling all the dance videos, but they would have the videos next to them, so you would have the tune on, and then they would teach you a basic samba or a basic.
Exactly.
That's what it would be. Just Marcus and Karen just doing.
Yeah, we had all of those. Yeah. Oh my God.
Amazing.
And it was the whole federation. That was how we learned it until we could afford and.
How are you so good then?
And man, now in the last years they were good. They were good.
Amazing.
No, when I moved to Germany, I moved to the studio where Hans started, and Markus Holm.
Oh, really?
And Rüdiger Holm, of course. So they're all these. It's one of the oldest studios in Germany. When I moved when I was 18, so that helped a lot. Obviously, I got the best information, and in Germany, it's like I had the best teachers.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice. Germany was a good move, definitely. But here, it's a different level. Whatever my friends in Germany are like, Brexit and everything, and you move to the UK. I said, guys, you don't understand. I'm sorry. I can explain you one day, but you don't understand what's happening here. I mean, when I see people in our studio coming, it's just unbelievable. I'm so great. I'm just like this, starstruck. You know, when I see all these legends, like we have this big band competition and just judges. You have people I was watching on the video.
Yeah,
they are judging now in my studio. You know, I'm like.
And it's nice, isn't it? Because you're probably the same as me. We network quite a lot, and we do other things, and And I think we put people together, and people forget that we probably were fans of these people that we're dealing with. And you have to step back a little bit and pretend that you're not bothered. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like,
of course.
Oh, yeah, mate, no. So if I'm doing the football show, for example, I'm dealing with footballers that were my idols.
Yeah.
And then they're ringing us.
Who's your biggest idol in football? Because World Championship is.
For Newcastle.
I mean, wherever.
Gaza. Paul Gascoigne is my, oh my God. He's my hero.
His son did the Dancing on Ice, and Auntie was judging.
Yeah.
And he was there. I saw him as well.
So I met Gaza years and years ago, and yeah.
Oh, there was some for Zidane. I love Zidane. Wow, there were a few.
They're my kind of players, creative. Probably because I danced.
Beckham. I love Beckham.
Yeah, Beckham.
Whatever.
Beckham.
Also now I'm watching the games. I'm like, where is that player that puts the ball on the head of the
because it's,
you know?
Do you know what it is? It's a bit like dancing. So I feel like the way everything is now, everything's got to be perfect. Everything has got to be structured and perfect, and football, dancing, whatever it is. But what you lose with that is the ability to feel. So as soon as you're not feeling what you're doing, it takes away all of you. So you end up being the same as everyone else. And technique, brilliant, fantastic. But all the best dancers and all the best footballers, what did they have? What did you watch them for? It was because they were creative.
Yeah.
So yes, they might lose. Yeah, they might lose the ball because they do 3 step overs, or you might lose a point because them 3 spins should have been 2, but you went for it anyway. But that's what we want to. That's what we want. Yeah. But that's what we want to see, isn't it? You know, that's what people pay to go and watch football for. That's what people want to see when they're watching dancing, like something that is different to everyone else.
That's so true.
And it's gone. There's a lot of that. Just I don't know what it is, and I think it's just a generational thing.
Yeah, but maybe it's too visual and not internal enough. It's not internal, not only heart-wise, but also gut-wise and center power. You know, when we were doing basics, when I tell my students, you have to do every week 35 rounds of Rumba walks in my studio, so you can have a good level of dancing. And they look at me like, why would I put the work?
This is something that I tell India about. So my daughter India is dancing and acting and whatever. And I try and explain, well, the dedication, and we'll probably go on to this, but the Friday night when all of my friends were out, and this is when I was 20, you know, it's not young, you're still doing it when you're in your 20s. And you go to squad training from 6 o'clock, and we didn't leave the studio till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And for 2 hours, the only thing we done was Rumba walks and Samba. Like what is that? You know, when you come out of it, you're like, I've done 2 hours of Rumba walks on a Friday night. Why? But then you realise, actually, there's a reason for it.
I love that.
But it's crazy, isn't it? And you're looking at everyone going, you just lap, someone will get a drink, and then the back, lap. It is mind-blowing when you look back at it. But then at the same time, the difference that we had when we were competing to people that weren't doing that is miles apart. So you've got that kind of base, haven't you, from it? But it is crazy.
I had a lesson with Gaynor, and then Gaynor Fireweather. And then I asked Gaynor, who's going to be the next strongest dancer? He said, you know what, doesn't matter. Ballroom, let in somebody with the strongest feet that when they're going to push, they're going to just raise the room from their feet. That's going to be the next champion. I was like, wow, there you go. And that's Rumba walks.
Yeah, it is.
And of course, a lot of exercises,
Of course.
Anyway, let's start with the questions as well.
Sorry.
Okay, don't be sorry.
Guys.
No, I love it because we talk about a lot of other things than dance.
Yeah.
And we love to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We love to just share the network of people as well.
Yeah.
When you tell me, oh, I know this, like now Pamela, his sister, she's in renewable energy, which is great. So I connect the dots. I say, oh, Anthony does that. So and he's opening the business in Africa.
Yeah.
So let's connect. I would love to be involved in something like this because it's just the future, and we need to be to open our eyes, especially because we are in our little closed dance world, which is great because you have to be focused to achieve something, but you have to think about the future and think about your other passions. Because when people, what are you passionate about? I'm passionate about dance, but I'm passionate about other stuff. So I like computer games when I was young. I was studying informatics. So I don't know, was something else apart from dance that you, probably football?
Football. I played football at a high level from being at school. And to be honest, I was never the best when I was younger because I didn't play football. I didn't start playing football until I was about 9 or 10, to be honest, because I danced, obviously. And I moved from a farm to a council estate, which in the northeast, if you're not playing football, you basically might as well not be living. So I had to play.
Oh, wow.
Like it's
Say
crazy.
that again?
Yeah, and honestly, it is like if you're walking around going to the shop, if you were going to pick somebody up, if you were going to knock on your friends, that you had to have a football. So that everyone just walked around kicking footballs left, right, and center. It was so like ingrained in everyone.
Yeah.
That was kind of a way out for a lot of boys. That was the only thing that they kind of.
That's a statement for England, especially, and
crazy.
for the UK.
It's not the same anymore, but
yeah.
But back in the day, like that was all they done. So I started playing when I was about 9, and then I loved it. And because I was really fit and I was quick because of dancing and strong and all the rest of it, I got away with a lot of probably. I didn't have as much talent as some of the lads, but I was good in other areas, which is why I got picked up. And it went from there and kind of done the two.
And then after, which other passion about sports? Let's call this the sporting passions, dance and football.
Yeah, I mean that was probably the main two. I would say I've done a lot of musical theatre when I got older, and again that wasn't something that I was really aiming to do. It was by accident. I was singing it at school in the choir, and the music teacher said, "Oh, you should sing."
So music as well.
And he sent us to the auditions.
Did you never try to go in a boy band maybe or something like that?
So, do you know?
Because we were speaking about Westlife before.
Yeah, I got into one.
Did you?
Yeah, I got into one.
All right.
Again, by accident. I was auditioning for a TV show for the BBC when I was about 18, and there was about 5,000 lads there, and we were auditioning. And then somebody in it was crazy. And then there was this guy who was like, "Look, I want you 5 to come and try to sing." So we went out and we done it, and we got started. And then at the time, my girlfriend, now my wife, Karen, was really poorly, and I had to pull out. And then it's brutal, isn't it? So like I was like, look, I can't. The next month, I can't do anything, and it was gone. But to be honest, I wouldn't have enjoyed that. I wasn't. Do you know? I think I like being a little bit more creative myself. I'm very selfish.
It's all right.
Like that's I like doing
okay. If you go back to musical theatre. Because when I started, I was playing football as well. I was one of the teams in my city, and my cousin was a national player. So I was like,
amazing.
I'm going to be amazing. I was not, but anyway. And when I entered with 12, the dance studio, I couldn't get out. I was like, this is so cool. Yeah. Was it the same for you?
Yeah, 100%. I went when I was 3 or 4. Me Auntie used to dance, and she was quite good, and I used to go and watch her. And then the dance teacher had said, "Oh, you should try doing it," because I was copying them. And I still remember now, even that young, like just falling in love with it and feeling a bit like, this is actually what I should be doing. This is a bit more me, rather than at the time I lived on a farm and everyone was kind of, the same, if you like. So I was the only boy there for a while.
I mean, it happens. It happens quite a few boys, and it's okay. I went with my whole class. Yeah. So that was okay-ish. Yeah. But one of my friends stayed, but all the other boys then left. But not because they were not talented enough. I think they didn't find the passion. Yeah. And I think that's the big difference. That's
what I was going to say. I think talent is one thing, but I think the enjoyment and, like you say, the passion and something just hits you, doesn't it? There's certain things everyone does in life that they'll pick up, whether it's tennis, whether it's sewing, whatever it is. And that one thing that resonates in your brain, all of a sudden you go, this is what I'm meant to do. Yeah. This is what I'm meant to do. And I think that obviously the same thing happened to you is what happened to me. You just go, I'm going to. And
I think many people are trying to just push it away. You know, you feel that passion, you feel that tickle, and you're like, no, for sure not, because everybody else.
I should be an accountant.
Tell me it's wrong. When I moved to Germany because of dance, my mom was like, you can study computer science like your brother, and you will be a rich guy. And because it was booming in Romania in those times, and like, no, I want to dance. Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think you only get that when you get older. You only understand that why the parents do that, and because it is important to kind of have a career. But what I do with my daughter now is I don't put any pressure on her to have a job, to look at the future and go, this is what you need to do.
Especially you're very much in the technical side of things. What do you think about the AI change that is gonna?
Absolutely.
I love it as well.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But maybe because we are a lot in the creative world, where I think I say art and creative jobs, they will be the longest to
of course.
and
I think that's why we've got no fear in terms of this side of it, where we've the art, because it doesn't matter what comes into play, you're always going to have the human art. And
it's going to be also AI art for sure. But and it is.
There is, but there's nothing you can replace.
The story behind, like many songs. When you know the story behind the songs, then you connect much more to the song. Not only the words, because the words are nice and they have to be sometimes just so it rhymes. It's not. But when you hear the story behind, and the struggle or whatever type of situation.
But even just a show that there is no songs in, and it's just a straight play, and you go and you feel that emotion, and there's an amazing actor and an amazing actress, and what can replace that? There's nothing. There's nothing.
I agree. I completely agree.
But I think we are the same, and there'll be so many people like us that are creative and kind of been in that world for so long that we miss out on education sometimes. And I personally struggle to communicate when I'm in the business world with the right words, because I'm dyslexic. I've got ADHD. I've got like a few little things that can stop that from happening. So when I've got AI, it allows us to speak to it, and it comes back with exactly what other people want to hear. So it's so much easier.
Helpful,
and there'll be so many people like us that have just danced or they've just acted or whatever, and then they go into a new world and they're like, what am I going to do here? But this AI is going to help everyone.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And I had in my career as a coach, I had many champions. They had exactly what you said.
Yeah.
I mean, dyslexic, I'm not sure if all of them, but ADHD, all of them, I think.
I mean,
because they couldn't stop practicing.
Yeah.
I was like, where's this energy coming from?
It's crazy.
And of course, to stay 4 hours, focus and go full on is gonna change your body much faster than if you are 1 hour or 2 hours.
100%. I mean, you Saturdays and Sundays. I mean, are you ever out the studio? You get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. They're leaving.
I'm telling my teachers where sometimes I'm in, sometimes I'm not in. Saturdays we have the squad training, and I said, mate, I was sleeping in the studio for 10 years in Germany. I was youth teacher 10 years in Nuremberg. I was sleeping there because I was teaching 12, 14 hours. I had to practice, I had to do whatever. And then the next one I said, I have to be here 8 o'clock anyway, so let me just sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm like, you guys, you do the work.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
I've done it.
I'm fine. I'm fine. All right, so to go a bit to some personal questions. Your story feels like a life built across different worlds, definitely. Starting with dance, football, and performance, and then moving to being a TV presenter or radio presenter. Both. Great. A reporter and an entrepreneur, of course. Now, what led you to do so many different things, and how do they all connect to each other?
Good question. So I get very, because I danced for so long and that was what I did, there was always a focus on something. So there was always a goal. So there was always a Blackpool, there was always a new routine, there was always somebody else that was coming in to compete against you that you had to kind of be better than. So there was always a challenge. Let's just call it a challenge. Yeah. And when I stopped dancing and when I went into business, I found it very easy, because in my businesses, it's a lot of kind of talking to people and you're connecting and stuff like that. So that doesn't challenge me at all. There's no, as much as I'm successful,
not afraid
to connect. This is what we do. Me and you are the same. We do this every day. We talk to people, and that is work for me. So it doesn't feel like work. So I'm always a little bit like, I should be doing more in my own time. So when the radio stuff and the TV stuff, I was bored. That's the God's honest truth. So I went out of it. India was about 1 or 2.
That's very interesting.
And she needed obviously a lot of looking after. I mean, wife is a director as well of a company, so she's busy. So we had to do it together. We didn't really have much help. So until she got to about 4 or 5, I was all in with India. And then when she was a little bit more independent in terms of... I
do the same, man.
Yeah,
so
you've got to.
Especially when you have a girl.
Yeah, oh, man, it's amazing. But when she was old enough to go to school full time and all the rest of it, that then led me to have more time to myself. So...
and you were bored?
Yeah, I was bored. And you know what I'd done? I was telling the guys before, I went and I love football. and I filmed. I got 2 guys who had just come out of uni, videographers, and they came and filmed the first 2 for us. I took it to the TV station, and I'm very kind of, what's the word?
Brave.
Brave. Maybe it's brave, silly in some senses. Went to the TV studio because I thought that's what you do. You just knock on the door, went in, give them the stuff.
100%, I agree.
And then they give us a call. I said, look, will you watch this? I think it's good. And they were like, okay, no problem. Have a look. Yeah,
my material is great.
And then we got out of that, you got a 4-year contract to do
no
Sky.
way.
So I produced. But the best thing is, I'd never done anything.
So
I was
good.
producing it. We were like doing all the scripts. We were doing it all ourselves. So me and another guy, Les, we just finished filming. We met on a film shoot. So we'd done some filming for a short film.
So good.
Got talking. I was like, you know what we need to do? Because he played football, but he was a model. He was a good-looking guy, and you know, you could tell he would be good on the TV. I said, we should do a TV show. So this is where it led from. And yeah, we had that for 4 years. And then the radio stuff, I'd done the same. So I thought that it would be really good to have a radio show. So I went to the BBC and went, can I have a radio show? And they literally went, oh man, really good timing. We might be able to. Can you come in? And so I went in the next day, I'd done a 30-minute, recording. They were like, right, 2 weeks later, I got a show. So it was like a crazy timing. But
and where you basically
in Newcastle there, yeah. And then the football show was all over, and then that just led to so many other things.
You are so funny.
Crazy. But I think that's...
And this is such a good example. Yeah. Just go for it.
Yeah. But can I tell you...
And ask. If you don't ask, you don't get.
No, exactly. This is my India, she gives us wrong all the time, because I'll always say, you know, if something's cold or... And you know me, I'm so nice. I'm never ever going to cause an argument or whatever. By the way, I'm not saying I'm nice, big-headed way. I just mean I'm nice in terms of the way I speak to people.
I know. I know.
But I'm like, India, if there's something you want and it's not right, just ask. And she's like, I know, but you can't say anything because, I'm like, I know, but your food's cold or your drink's cold.
Yeah.
They're not going to say anything. They'll come and heat it back up and it's fine.
Yeah.
Do you know, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
But going back to dancing is a superpower. Like, and people, if you don't unlock that superpower from dancing, you've wasted an opportunity, because all of the things I've done is because I'm so kind of like I've got no inhibitions because of dancing, because of how many people I have to speak to. You know yourself. There's certain people you have to be polite to and you have to be well mannered to. You're around your peers where you're all right, and it teaches you all different kinds of people from all over the world. The communication. And communication is the key.
And connection, the genuine connection.
Yeah.
And because you're genuinely interested, or you're asking from your interest, you're not just asking to feel, I don't know, to bother them or to be cocky or to be, you know, you're just genuinely having
and there's a dancers, you know, I always say to everyone, you need to go to Blackpool for a week when the Opens on, because you go to Blackpool and you instantly see all of the dancers. And I don't know what you're like, but I'm still grow about 3 inches when I get to Blackpool when I see everyone, because automatically everyone's
gives you
posture, gives you wings. And that there, when you walk into a meeting, a business meeting or a TV studio or a BBC Newcastle radio show, automatically I'm like, hi, rather than, can I please have a little radio show? Do you know what I mean? I'm already, and that's all from dancing.
I am part of this already. I don't have to ask for allowance to be in the room.
Yeah, and it's not a confidence coming from false, you know, places. It's a confidence because that's you, the way you're portraying yourself, you know.
Yeah, but you also you train that for years.
Yeah,
it's not like it's just happening, and that's why I think so many parents, because one of the questions is if they should put their kids in dance.
Yeah. This is really hard for me because I'm loving the experience I'm having with India, being in musical theatre and dance and song. I think it depends on the kid. I really do, because you know what? There's so many bad kind of situations come from dancing, along with all of the positives.
We're gonna talk about it. Okay. I want to ask that as well.
But in a nutshell, I think 100% some form of art or some form of dance. Some form of,
definitely.
100%.
I 100% agree with that. So all of this, let's say, different jobs that you had, you think that confidence from the dance floor gave you, like let's say, easier entry? Because I mean, like I said, you were 4 years maybe with the radio. You were a few years there.
Yeah.
And it's okay to change, because also is many times people are like, when they ask me, what do you do? I said, I feel like a pensioner sometimes because I have time and my friends don't have time, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I do stuff. When I have to go, whatever, to Southport on Thursday, I go tomorrow to Germany one day. So I have stuff to do, but it's like, I can take if I want this week free, I'm free.
Yeah. No, I think the dancing is definitely the way that has led us into business and led us into TV and led us into whatever I've done in life. It's all stemmed from that confidence that I've gained from that. And I think it's more the discipline. The discipline is like a different level to, you speak to people who work hard and I go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, I finish at 6 o'clock at night and I've done them extra 2 hours. I'm like, I know, but we worked all day and we trained every night, and then on a weekend we trained and this isn't something that we're going, we're better than somebody else at it.
About that, I was speaking with other Rutherford, Greg Rutherford, about his post about the Olympics, because the president of the IOC said, professional sports, they shouldn't be proper paid, they don't have to. And he wrote a full article, and he said many people wrote him, and he said he's going to come on the podcast as well, so it's really good. And he said it's we work literally, or practice, or whatever you want to call it, 30, 40 hours a week.
It's work, easy.
Why shouldn't? And we entertain. We are giving. Like he was winning Olympic gold for the country. Yeah. Why wouldn't you be rewarded?
Infuriating. I think, do you know, one of the best things ever happened? I would have been about 20-year-old, 18, 20, and I was going to practice, and I'd finished squad training on a Friday night, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were going back to the studio 8 o'clock on the Saturday morning to practice all day, then we had a competition on the Sunday. We've all done it. But my best friend, who is a construction, he's always been in construction, he's minted, he's done really well, come from nothing, and he's got hundreds of properties all over, 50 odd lads work for him, brilliant. But they loved the Leek show. So do you know what a Leek show is?
No.
You will not know what a Leek show is, guys?
Nobody knows.
Do you know leeks? You know leeks that you eat?
Yeah.
So in the northeast,
they
have allotments where they grow the leeks, and they have
We're going to have subtitles for this.
Yeah.
We're going to need subtitles, because for my English from Romania, I need subtitles as well. But Anthony's English is a little bit special.
Well, I'll try and be as slow as I can. So the allotments are where you grow the leeks, and the leeks, they have a competition.
Okay.
Right, to see who has the biggest leek. This is the God's honest truth.
No.
Yeah, massive in the northeast, like for years and years. I think it's come from the pit and all the rest of it. So
maybe you give me a link. I want to watch it.
Yeah, on this one Saturday of the year, the pub puts loads of food on. There's like hundreds of people go to the pub and they see who has the biggest leek. Wow. This is God's honest truth. So anyway, I'm driving down the road. I'm driving
the northeast.
I'm driving down the road at 8 o'clock in the morning with Karen, my partner, going to the studio to practice. They are on the side of the road to cross over the road at 8 o'clock with a handful of leeks. And we stopped the car and I went, what are you doing? It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, what are you doing? Oh, we're going to the leek show. And they went, what are you doing at 8 o'clock? Well, we're going dancing. I was like, life is crazy, and so many things like cross over.
So don't tell us dancers that's crazy.
Exactly.
When you...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
So it's
I don't think they have this in the South, no?
They might do.
They might do?
Might do. We'll have a look at it after we're finished.
Please send me. I want to see that. We spoke before. You grew up on a council estate in the Northeast, where dancing was seen as an activity for girls only. How was that for you as a young boy? You mentioned that was bullying as well. Where was the main opposition coming from, and what made you stick with dancing?
I think the main source of bullying wasn't so much just kids. It was the school I went to. Apart from one teacher, the adults were quite vicious as well, because it wasn't a done thing. And because I was off quite a lot and doing competitions, the teachers didn't, and I'll be honest with you, I wasn't the greatest student. I was quite hyperactive and caused problems.
Yeah, you liked a few, and you didn't like a few,
yeah,
like
exactly,
every kid.
yeah.
So I think everybody is the same.
But I think,
and that's the weird thing about school. They expect to be perfect in everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, we are humans. I don't know what you guys expect.
Exactly, and I think if you can kind of the problem in state schools, especially back then, was they didn't have time. You know, they've got big classes, and if one kid's playing up, get rid of them because we need to concentrate on the kids that want to learn, which I get, and I agree.
And you have to go through your checkpoints as a teacher. You know, you can't just wait for everyone.
But it was quite hard because, like I say, as I've just mentioned there, you can imagine the kind of place I lived in, and I still live in Bedlington actually, but the bottom end was where, you know, it was all pitmen and construction work. There was no art at all.
No space for art.
No,
really.
Not really. So so the bullying was obviously through school, and then when I got older, it was obviously people that didn't really know us that would class it as, you know, for girls. But what was really weird is Bedlington's a really small place, and the dance teacher was from Bedlington. That's where her first school was, and out of the dance school, she had 4 world champions at all different age groups from a little town in Bedlington, and there were, you know, so there was girls, boys, all in this little kind of catchment area. So that kind of started getting in the press a little bit at the time, and it kind of diluted the bullying a little bit. But it was, my dad was a construction worker, and he was quite young when he had his, I think he was 17. You know, and he was quite a hard man. He would be fighting and this, that, and the other. So from him and his friends, it wasn't obviously looked upon very well. Me dancing about,
it was not easy to talk about.
Yeah,
I think that's always the issue when the society doesn't accept whatever. It's so difficult to talk about. Like when I was, because in Romania it's obviously a little bit East Europe there,
yeah.
And when I went with Auntie first time, 2012. It was a basketball team. They had, I think, 2 American black players or 3. But when Auntie came, and all my students in Romania were all looking like, and this is always that when you do something else, different, and then are like, you know, you're not gonna have a Romanian wife. I said, no. Okay.
Why?
No, it's like, what's going? And until you educate them, and then you get, and of course the kids they don't care. The kids loved us straight away, and we were teaching a lot there. But the adults, because they are, of course, come from the communist system, you know, it's a bit difficult to accept anything else that's different than what we do every day. So it's that different to be, and especially as a dad, you know, your dad was proper lad, hard, you know, and then to just
and especially being that young. And I think, you know, when I look back, it doesn't surprise us, and it's not really anyone's fault because it's, you know, it's ingrained in people, isn't it? It's generation. Time. Yeah, of course. Like now, I couldn't imagine anyone in that era being like what we're like as dads. They wouldn't be as open, and the opportunities wasn't there for you to open your horizons, you know. It's
no, also we do for Germany. I said this documentary, and the guys were asking, oh, you do so much stuff together. Like, we're like, why is that weird?
Yeah.
We want to spend time together as a family. No, but you go with the little one in kindergarten. I said, yes.
Yeah.
It's okay as a dad, especially. It's not like before the dad has to work, the mom took care of the kids, and then you see each other in the evening for an hour.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Do you know, that is the one, we're going off on tangents here, but the one thing that I'll say is the most enjoyable thing, and I'm so looking forward to for you guys when she gets older as well, the little one, because India's 14 now. She's in her last year at school next year. And honestly, I'm not just saying it, it is the most amazing thing to have, isn't it? It's like
nothing can compare with
honestly,
that.
I love her so much. And
I see it already.
When you watch the journey as well, and because she's followed a little bit in the footsteps of musical theatre, the drama, like it is just like such a privilege.
So rewarding,
it's so nice.
But for me as well, because I must say, I wasn't so excited as a dancer, and I was as a coach. I was more proud of my kids, of my students, than of my results. I don't know if you connect to that.
I'm a little bit more selfish than that. I love it, okay. and I really love when I teach, because I don't do as much teaching as you in terms of like technique. And what I'll do is I'll flit in and flit out, or someone will ask us, "Can you come and help this?" Or can so there's a really quick, instant impact that I can do. I'm presuming you're probably benefiting because it's a long term. So you're seeing the technique grow, where mine is like, can you come and do a little bit of choreography for me? Yeah, no problem. But that enjoyment is amazing because I see it and then I'm like, bang, perfect.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would be a good teacher like for what you do in terms of long term, because I get frustrated. I get frustrated. You know, when people can't do.
Yeah.
It's the same with football, and I coach football as well. And when that's why I can hardly walk. Cause the kids, I'm seeing kids that 20-year-old, and I'm joining in with them. I'm doing that pre-season fitness, so I'm trying to keep up, and I'm having to do more because I want them to think that I'm still all right.
I know that one. I know those situations. And then I go home, I'm like, man, I'm not as young anymore.
But I am horrible. Like if football, I'm horrible. I can't take.
So you're the best coach. The best coach is horrible.
I can't take bad work ethics. I can't take people that don't take it serious. I can't. You know, if someone's messing on and talking and it.
I use one method. I said, just go down and sit down, especially with little kids. I'm not teaching
but do you think,
much kids.
Do you think that's from...
And they're sitting down and they're like, please, I want to... No, sit down. You wanted to... You're tired, yeah? Sit down.
But I can see the difference. So we're from a generation where that was normal. So it was harsh. It was very hard to learn.
Harsh.
No, but
if
you
he
look
shows
today...
he doesn't want to practice, it's okay. I don't want to force it. And that's what I'm saying. To be a dance teacher is so much better than to be a school teacher. Because then they have to go and everything is a must. And then they come here because they want part of it. Of course, the parents are pushing sometimes too much.
But you notice a lot in the younger generation, the teachers that are coming through, that are a lot more, and it's better, I've got to be honest, they're a lot more accepting of people that might not want to do it. So they talk the way around it, and they'll have a discussion with them. They'll say, right, if you just come and try, blah, blah, blah. Where we would be like, if you're not going to do it, just go and sit down. If you don't want to get better, just go and sit down.
Or do some push-ups. At least you're going to be
do
strong.
Something. This
is what I tell them. I have little kids, they do push-ups, and some people, they are new in the studio, they are looking at like, guys, at least he's going to be strong, or she's going to be strong. It's okay. It's okay. If you don't want to dance, you don't have to. Nobody forces you. What you can do for hobby, it's fine, but then go to another group, the hobby group. That's fine as well. You're disturbing these guys, and it's not nice for them. Guys, it's nice for you, and ask them, and they are like, actually, no, he's disturbing us. Exactly. So let's just be fair to each other. Where's the problem? Anyway, let's go to the next one. Man, those questions are developing. All right. What did dance give you early that became a foundation for the rest of your life, not just professionally, but in how you carry yourself?
I think we've mentioned it before, but I think the dedication is one thing. I think having that mentality, like a winning mentality. Again, not everyone's the same, but we were always taught to win.
So if you see a glass, you see the full side always, huh?
Yeah.
Not the empty one.
No. It's always full. And this is one of my biggest problems in business, if I'm honest, because I'm very, I always look at things on the optimistic side rather than the negative side. So I'm positive about everything. So if I have a conversation with someone and someone tells
but why wouldn't you give a chance to something? I mean, we know, 70% of the businesses are out in the first 7 years. I think if I'm correct, 70, 80%. So it's really
it's hard.
Huge margin so they're gonna eventually go. So it's gonna fail. But why would you start negative? Because if you start negatively, obviously then it's gonna be for sure in that 70%.
It's crazy, but I think that comes from being optimistic about when you stand at the side of the floor. You know you're going to get. You're constantly positively thinking, no, I'm going to get in the final. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. And I think it's ingrained in you as well from your dance teachers back in the day. It wasn't about taking part then. It is about taking part a lot more now. I don't know if it's like that still in dancing, but in football and sport in general, in school, they don't even do winners and losers now. It's just competing. And we had a mentality of, if you're not going to win, it's not good enough. Now, I'm not saying that's right, but what that gave me was a drive to be the best at whatever I'd done. And
I think you really have to understand nowadays your students, because I have a Russian student and teacher in Germany, and he's now the main teacher there where I was teaching for 10 years. And then when we coach the competition, he's like, Marius, you you do the coaching now for your competition, because I'm too negative. He's going like, you're so, and you're bad, and you're, to kids, 10 years old. But some of them, they react to that.
Exactly.
If I go to them, Sambo's good, cha-cha not so good, maybe let's improve that, let's do that. That's the middle where I say, okay, Rumba was really, I saw that heel, or you were out of music or whatever, you lost your posture. Then it's like the middle, so I understand. But some, they react to that. Some of them, if you tell them, like he was used to, the kids were crying before going on the floor. It's like,
But
That's not so good.
This is something from dancing, and again, I don't think you get it in any other walk of life, where from being, say, a 5-year-old you start, and somebody picks at what you look like, picks at how you stand, picks at your kind of footwork, and all of this is put on you as in how you are. It doesn't matter because the dancing is taken apart because you're having a criticism of the person. That's how it feels. So I think you build up a massive barrier of, well, you can go two ways, can't you? You can either go, right, I'm going to improve myself, or I'm going to sink into myself. And,
exactly.
And what I do now is there's nothing that anyone can say to us that really can affect us, because for 20 years I was told I wasn't good enough, or your foot isn't good enough, you don't look right,
now I'm good.
Your arm's in the wrong place, your finger's in the wrong place. If someone's telling you your finger's in the wrong place and you're paying a lot of money for someone to tell you, like, then you have this little thing in your body where you go, so my finger's in the wrong place, I mustn't look good. But then when you come out of it, you're like, right, I'll take anything on, do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
I remember German Open in Stuttgart now is also like Blackpool, one of the biggest competition in Europe. And they were writing in Russian on the wall, please don't hit the kids.
Honestly,
man.
Nothing got that bad.
Now it's out, but now they were, and also in Chinese, in Mandarin. They're writing on the wall,
really?
Please don't hit the kids. If you're in Germany, we have youth survey kind of in the building. And if you do that, you're going to be out of the competition and whatever. You go to the police straight. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm telling you, we come from a different... we are still... Like in Romania, it started when after the revolution in the 90s, was okay. I think one or twice I was hit, but that's it. Like I didn't keep my posture in ballroom, whatever. But there are more difficult countries to start dancing. And it's getting better for sure. And I was happy to see that, because it was like, or when the teachers are next to the floor and they look like Voldemort is going to come after you in this samba. It's not the best. You know?
The problem isn't the wording on the wall. The problem is that someone's had to write that. Yeah. Like that is the problem. That obviously for someone to remind someone not to hit the kids.
Imagine. No, they're saying not allowed. If you do that, you're going to be. Yeah,
but here you're like, you wouldn't put that in here because it's not something that you have to remind people, because you wouldn't do it anyway. Whereas when you're putting something on a wall, it's crazy, really bad.
So now let's go back to being a dad and a coach. Your daughter is young and going into the stage and performance career. Yeah, that's why you're going to move closer to us.
Yes,
love that. As parent, how can you best protect and support your child when they choose to go into theater, film, and TV? What are the things you need to be mindful about?
Yeah, I think having it depending on the age of the kids. I think if they're a little bit older, you've got to be able to have a really open and honest relationship with them. Your kids, I'm on about here, because I think there's a lot of places where they'll think they're going because they're going to get better, and they think that the way they're teaching is right. And if you don't ask them and you don't have the conversations about how they're doing and how they feel when they're coming out of it, because every kid's going to lie. Most kids are going to say, it's brilliant because their friends go and they want to go.
They like a side of it is brilliant, for sure.
Yeah, but I think having me in India and a mom, Karen, as well, we are really open. So, when she comes in from any class or whatever, well, 5-10 minutes, not hard. It's just like, have a conversation. How did it go? And as soon as there's something off, we'll then have a conversation with the teacher or whoever it may be. And not in a bad way, just like, look, I didn't really like India, didn't enjoy this bit or whatever it may be. Yeah. For example, she had to do a script last year, and there was a lot of swearing in it. There was a lot of sexual references in it. And she came home and she was crying. She said, look, I feel really uncomfortable. I don't speak like that. I don't want to do that. Having that conversation, because normally most kids would just do it because they're getting told off a producer to be able to do
you want to be there, you want to achieve that, you have to do it.
You've got to do it. So having that, I think that's the key, having a really open relationship with the kids. And look, not everyone can, but as long as they've got someone to talk to. And then I think choosing wisely, I think there's so many, social media is brilliant in one sense, but it can be negative because everything looks fantastic. And I think adult parents focus on pushing their kids to the best place and pushing them, and they live their life through the kids. And I think that's wrong, because you need to try 3 or 4 different dance schools or 3 or 4 different acting schools to find the right one for you. Don't just push them in because there's something.
You know what I feel with social media. You were saying that, and I agree. It's and I'm happy that they are taking measures now against social media.
Yeah.
Social media will lose credibility because of AI.
Yeah.
Because it's so much content produced by AI that I use it literally to promote the studio or to just reach people that would be maybe interested in dance, to target marketing. And it's going to go much more in that direction, much more professionalish social media. And it's going to be less, I think the human connections will start to be really enjoyed also by the kids. They are like I heard, I think in the Nordic countries, they want books. They want books as well. They want to touch, they want to write by hand again. They want. Also was one because the education system in the Scandinavian countries is one of the highest. Well, Alex, maybe you know more about this, but I think they were saying they allow boys again to have little fights in the kindergarten because they were stopping. Always when one boy wanted to be somehow, and they stopped, and then they saw the development was negative.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, it's okay to resolve, especially boys.
Yeah.
They have to be a bit physical. Otherwise, the testosterone and all of that is not developing.
Yeah. But it's not just that. I think you learn a lot, don't you? You learn conflict resolution from being a very young age. And I think if you haven't got that, if everything's, and then you get to the real world where it's not, I'm not on about violence here, but I'm on in general, like business especially, there is so much goes on that if you haven't got the skills to be able to, if you're not used to having that kind of conflict and how to deal with it, because your parents aren't going to give you that. You can't learn that because your parents do not want to be arguing with you. They want to be putting things onto you.
And anyway, you want to make your parents happy all the time. So it's the wrong
so I think having that,
to have the discussion with.
Yeah, so I think having that little, I mean, look, it didn't do me any, if anything, it made me 100 times stronger than I would have been if I hadn't been bullied and I hadn't had fights and I hadn't done this, that, and the other. Like, you respect yourself more because you know you can handle situations. So I think you're right. I think all of those things that should be, not to an extent, do you know what I mean? Like they should be brought back in a little bit. I'm not on about kids punching each other in the face and stuff, but I just think having that little bit of conflict, it probably.
But also, it's like, guys, let's talk about it. It's okay. It's okay to have different opinions.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Thanks God we have different opinions. How boring it would be if we all had the same opinion.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have a competition.
No, exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, it's a difficult one to guide your child through this musical theater, film, TV.
I think it's different for us because we've been involved in it and still involved. So I speak to people.
But I think safety first.
Yes,
is that something that you would say?
Is paramount, and I think
stay true to yourself.
Yeah. And I think, like I say, I think the key thing is for kids to enjoy it. I think, we've gone on about how we want people to be in first place and how we want people to dedicate their life to stuff. But I think the key thing from around 4-year-old to 8-9-year-old is enjoyment, because you know what, they'll change. They'll change what they want to do. So India never really danced until she was 8 or 9. She wasn't interested in it.
Which is great.
Amazing.
The kids need to have childhood.
Exactly,
I always say it's good and bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Auntie started with 4, I started with 12.
Yeah.
And when she tells me stories, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was
it's
not
hard.
easy for a 6-7-year-old,
Well, that all through school, I was dancing every night, so that I couldn't, which is why I played football there, because I couldn't go and play. I couldn't go out with the friends, whatever. But I think girls, it's a little bit different because that's what they're like. Kind of, they want to go to the dance school, they want to do this in general. But I think singing, she sang from being 4 or 5-year-old all the way through and always done that, and then found dancing a little bit later. But again, we tried 3 or 4 different places. We didn't just take it to the one and I think that's the key. I think finding what's right for them, not what's right for you is different to what's right for the kid.
That's the thing. For so many parents, it's so difficult just to accept what the kid wants.
Yeah.
I get it and I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard, isn't it? Because some parents are focused on education. So then when the kid wants to be arty, that's a problem because they think it's going to have a kind of negative impact on their grades, when really it's not. It's teaching them, how to go on in life as well as having your grades. It doesn't really affect anything because you're still going to school all day.
You
can still do the same work. And I think that's the hard measure, isn't it? What the parents want or what the kid wants.
Yeah, exactly.
I think some people are lucky. I was lucky that I just done what I wanted. Like I was
the same.
Yeah, so
that's why I can't understand when people are like, oh no, I couldn't do that and that. I'm like, okay.
What would you rather kind of, you see these people that go, so I went, when I was
and
at school.
Not that I had money, I just had the free will.
Yeah, no, I was the same. No monetary value, but it was just what you wanted to do. And I've always do that now. But you see kids that go to school, they don't really do anything after school. They'll you know, they'll play out, they'll do this, but they're A-star students all the way through. And then I bump into some of them and they've done nothing in life. They've had no kind of experiences other than they've went and getting a really good job. They've got money, but they do a 9 to 5. They have 2 holidays.
You're stopped. You're stopped by
that.
Think about if you cannot take decision with, let's say, I moved to Germany. I was just after finishing the school, 12th grade, was like 18.
Yeah.
And it was so natural for me. I was like, I have to follow my dream.
Yeah.
And my dad asked my dad later, why did you allow me to go to Germany with 200 German marks in my pocket and with a bag? I was like, I saw your eyes. I couldn't stop it. There was there's no way. You know, your eyes was no question that it's other way. That was the only way.
That's amazing. See, that's amazing.
You know, and this is that. It was. I mean, I said okay, and I went to work on. I was in a construction site for 2 years. I worked for 200 German marks on a construction site.
Yeah. So this is
per week.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah, I'd done that. My best friend I was telling you about. So when I was dancing, you know, you can't really have a full-time job because you've got to train and so. So my friend was like, look, why don't you? He had a plastering business at the time, you know, doing the walls. Why don't you come and plaster? Like learn how to plaster, and you can work 3-4 days a week when you need to, and then blah, blah. So I'm like dancing for the UK, whatever, traveling all over the world doing dancing. And Monday to Thursday, I was in building sites, like plastering walls, and you're like, but you know why? Because we're like, mentality-wise, we need to make money, we need to work, we're dedicated, we want to work, we don't want to just not do anything. It's crazy.
But let me tell you what Greg Rutherford told me, because I was talking with him about it. He said, I was in negative in my account before winning the Olympics.
Yeah, crazy.
Or my friends were in a very, very difficult... They almost had no money to pay for the underground to go to win gold medal for the country.
It's crazy.
So
it's crazy.
Come on, man. I mean, if you're not a hustler, it's game over.
That's the worst, isn't it? Because in this industry, it's not treated fairly, I don't think, monetary-wise. I think the government could do more. I think, you know, when you look at dancing, for example, how much that industry brings in now in terms of, you know, we've got so many people like yourself coming from Germany, coming from China, everywhere over the world come to the UK to dance.
Yeah.
But then what the government do is, it's just like a hobby. That's the way they treat it. It's just like a little hobby. It's not even a sport. It's a hobby. Yeah. And you get frustrated because I had to go and dance for Scotland because I got offered a sponsorship at 12.5 grand. And that was the only reason why I went and danced for them, because there was no money in the UK at all. We were working, can you remember Radio Rentals, the shops? So there were phone shops at the time. So they had like EE, for example. It was like a shop like EE, that had mobile phones and stuff. And we used to go on a Saturday and Sunday all over the UK to a shopping centre or an outside place, like the middle of London.
Yeah.
And every half hour we'd go out and dance 2 minutes of cha or samba to bring customers into the shop.
Nice.
Horrendous. We used to get paid like a lot of money, you know. You probably at the time you get like maybe £1,000 or £1,500 for the 2 days, which for us, you know, that was like
was
3-month wages, wasn't it?
Man.
But then, you know, the mad thing. So the dance teachers used to set them up. You would do that. I used to try and get run over by cars coming. People would spit on you. People would punch you. Like, and you know, you're just trying to make. Then you'd pay that money what you got, not for your mortgage, not for food, not for shopping. Dance lessons, and it's like, because there's no other support, so everything you're getting, you're putting back into the dance teacher, and then you're buying shoes. But there's no money.
We were those dance camps in Freiburg in south of Germany, and one of my friends, Andrea Silvestri, was a world champion in professionals now, from WSF, and we were in Freiburg, and we were having these dance camps, and then we were going to McDonald's, and like, oh, let's buy a meal, whatever we were buying there. And then he was like, no, I will buy this bread with this salami, because it's only €1.50. Because because I still have money for one more lesson with Brian.
Yeah.
Brian Watson.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm like, mate, come on.
It's crazy.
No, I really want the lesson. I was like, he's a world champion,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But you see, that's the difference. I love that McDonald's.
But we know friends of ours who were at the time, you know, top 3, top 4 in the world, living in the car. Do you know what I mean? Like,
he was sleeping. He had the Passat, Volkswagen Passat. He was sleeping in the car. He had no money for hotel.
Crazy.
Yeah, in front of the studio.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, there you go.
Yeah,
dedication.
And exactly, and this is why we maybe go on it, but this is why in business is nothing. Business is nothing compared, and people think it is.
And I always say, I was telling Auntie as well, how not smart, let's make it a bit more positive, is not to send your kids to sport where they lose, and then eventually they're going to win.
Yeah.
But if they are entrepreneurs and lose, those are heavy losses in business.
Yeah, exactly.
So let them lose, let them do their journey in sport, in whichever sport you send them, and then eventually they're going to win. They see the hard work brings eventually some, and then in business, they have that lesson anymore before they start to lose 100,000 grand, you know?
Yeah.
Let's lose a few dance competitions, is okay.
100%,
and then eventually win a little competition, and you're like, okay. So I had to go through this road to be 10th, to be 5th, to be 3rd, to be 2nd, to be 1st.
Yeah.
And now, now I see, you know, and those sport lessons. And that's why in my studio in Romania, I was the poorest child.
Yeah.
And all the guys, so the son of the chief of the police, the son of chief of agriculture, they had, I don't know, very, very rich.
Yeah.
My parents, not normal workers. And I was beating them in dance competition. I was like, this is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in normal life, I could never be in front of them.
Because then your aspirations are changing from being there to being there. And then that's where you used to be in, and you don't want to drop.
So that's why if you don't give your chance, and sport is not very expensive. I mean, dancing is not cheap for sure. But also you go overboard. I mean, when I see all the stones, many times I'm telling the moms, because they were sending me videos, and like, how do you find it? I said, and then I talk about that. No, the dress. I said, I don't care about the dress. I just care that heel is wrong, and that heel is gone. If you change that, you might win. If you change the dress, you might be in the same position.
Exactly.
So it's dancing is a funny one, but also sport generally, I think is just you need to do it.
And I think it's sport in general, dancing in general, is something that you can measure yourself on as well, isn't it? Where if you, let's say you do the 100 meters and you start off and you can do the 100 meters in 20 seconds, but then a year later you can do the 100 meters in 18 seconds. And it's personally, you're getting personal best every time. Yeah. And that, again, is something you take into life, isn't it? Where if you just go and playing in the park, you're not learning any kind of dedication or any kind of experiences that you can take into business.
Plus that structure is great for life.
Yeah, amazing. You
know? We were talking before shortly, because we saw, you had a post, I think, end of the year about a loved one that had cancer.
Yeah.
If you're okay to talk about, of course, how has the experience changed how you view life, success, and your relationship with people around you?
Do you know what? So it's me auntie, my auntie Lisa, and she was the reason I started dancing. She was a brilliant dancer. She was a model, amazing.
Yeah, you told me a model, 20 years.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful, and she just an amazing person. She was like a sister. She was only not much older than me, and you know, she's like I say, she's a really, really good person. She'd do anything for anyone and all the rest of it. And she actually, weirdly, she works. She's manages a blood cancer charity, believe it or not. Wow. So she's done that for 10 years. And then last year she found a lump and she went and so the experience of it was quite hard because my grandma, who was my biggest fan and my support network massively, she died from cancer. And she had breast cancer years and years ago. But I seen her mentality change the first time she got it, because she went from a really cautious person to then she was like, life is too short, let's just do everything. So then she was like, whatever you want to do, if you want to go for an audition, if you want a dance lesson, we'll do it. And then my auntie's at the beginning of that now, so she's literally had a chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and she went through that fine. And then it's the the mental side of it now that she's come out of that. She thought it was a bit of a breeze, if I'm honest. She coped with it so well. And then now she's got to take tablets for all her life, and she's struggling to do fitness and all this kind of stuff that's come afterwards, which she didn't realize. And that's the negative kind of impact that she's having in terms of she can't do the things she's used to doing. She's very active and But the hardest part for me, I'll be honest, and it was, I went away for Christmas. We went to Thailand and Hong Kong and all the rest of it, and he came back, and the day I got back, she texted and saying, look, I'm ready to have my hair shaved. In another life, I had a barber's for 3 years.
There you go.
Yeah. So
that's amazing, man. You did everything.
Yeah. So I went up, and she was going to get someone else to do it. I was like, no, I'm going to do it. And that was really hard. You know, when you see someone so strong and beautiful and kind of all their life, the rock kind of thing, and then she'd done it and she looked amazing, and but that was the hardest part. But you know what you learn from all of them experiences. We went away. I didn't put one single photo on of being away on holiday. I'd had them experiences with India and Karen, my wife, and it was amazing. But the timing was wrong to do something like that. Anyway, I just shaved my auntie's hair. But also I thought it's made us, I'm a lot less active on Instagram and Facebook and everything now. I've stopped doing as much for the simple fact is I'm enjoying life. Like I'm every single thing I'm doing now. Like when I come down here today, I love seeing you. I love spending time with you. Like I enjoy that. So all the things that I'm doing, I'm taking. I'm not doing it for, we might get a picture because we both look great, but when you're joking. But
you're dancers,
but you know what I mean. But in terms of
plus 15 kilos.
Yeah. But in terms of what the experiences showed us is that you know you have to just surround yourself with the people that you love, people that kind of bring kind of happiness and joy to you, and stop worrying about life because everything's going to be fine. You know what I mean? Until it's not. And I think what we always focus on is something that's what's going to happen if. But what happens if it doesn't happen? There's a great thing, right, where Will Smith tells a story, and he was in, I think it was in Vegas, out with loads of his friends, and they were drunk, and they decided to book a skydive. And he woke up in the morning, remembered that he had booked a skydive, and started panicking because he was really frightened and nervous about it. And he thought when he goes down to breakfast, everyone will forget and will not have to do it. Went down to breakfast, everyone's like, right, we're doing the skydive today. So he, for 3 hours, was thrown up. He was nervous. He was like, it spoiled his full day. Gets into the plane, so worried about this thing. And then eventually gets to jump out of the plane and said it was the most amazing experience of his life. But he had spoiled half of a day of his life worrying about something that didn't actually happen. So it just shows that life is short. And the people you surround yourself with are important, and the experiences you have are important. And I think just stop worrying.
And that's the main thing. Enjoy every moment. We're all eventually going to be gone.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not a surprise, you know.
Do you know what I take great joy from now as well? And I always have done. India is amazing, and I repeat that quite a lot. But I do think I love my daughter so much, and she's a joy.
That's your job.
But every time I pick her up from school, or every time she comes in from training, we have 5-10 minutes chat about something or nothing. They're like it's so enriching for me because I'm like this
you live through her experiences.
You're seeing this girl grow, and it's like she's telling you what she's done at school or what she's learned or what somebody said or something fun, and it's like them little things you need to cherish because honestly they get from your little girl to my little girl, the age it's gone like that, and it's crazy. So that's my
I'm happy. I'm happy that you it's just a tough one. It's just like I said, I think in the UK 1 in 4 has cancer.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Do you know what's really hard is how you deal. So people.
How you deal.
Some people are funny. So we as a family. So sorry, I'm going off.
No.
So when my grandma died, I didn't want to go. She was in the palliative care. Then she wanted to come home to die. So she went, and me Karen, my wife, my mum, one of my aunties, and me Auntie Lisa was all down there, and then she passed away. And then my auntie Lisa came back to my house, and she went, "Oh, your grandma's gone." And for 2 hours, we sat and watched bloopers on YouTube. So me, my cousin, and my auntie, because laughter is like our we don't associate this whole like crying. It comes.
You have to grieve.
There was a lot of things happened to us afterwards that was affected by that. But at the time, we were like, we can't deal with this. We need that. So when my auntie, when I shaved her hair, I put a Mohican in her. You know, we made it like, and she loves that. She she wanted that. So, but some people are different. Some people want to put sad music on, drink a bottle of wine, and forget all their worries. You know, it just depends on how you deal with it, isn't it?
Of course. No, I agree. And there's no wrong or right way, I think, to deal with that.
But it's such a. What's good is now it's spoke about a lot. People can detect it a lot quicker because it's you know how to check yourselves, and I think it's a lot more.
We need to do it, man. We need to
100%.
do it. I also do checks because I'm like, okay, I'm not 20 anymore.
No.
But even if you're 20, I mean, my younger brother had cancer with 13 or 14.
Really?
So it can happen also early. So it's a tricky one. You were involved in the Strictly show.
Yeah, a little bit.
How? Yeah, I know. But how was it? How was it for you? How was the whole Strictly
amazing? And you know, like
experience?
Like so good, and especially I think when I was kind of doing it, there was
2014.
Yeah, the team was like so good, and so many good people, and people that I grew up with.
And
as well,
did you went it through because you were a very good friend with Kevin Clifton?
Yeah, so I'd kind of done a little bit of work with Kev and Karen and Jason for like an afternoon or something just to help out. And then I think Tristan was in, so good friends with Tristan as well. Yeah, so Tristan was in America, I think, Australia.
Yeah.
And he was going to be late, so he was going on to the show. So then they needed obviously someone to come in while they were doing the rehearsals for all the group numbers. And then that's how it started really. And it was funny because I hadn't danced for quite a while. And then I can just remember going in and you think, I'm always good. I'm always good.
You were around 30 then?
Yeah.
You stopped early your career?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just a baptism of fire. Like, everyone was so good. And I was like, I remember I came out the first day and I phoned Karen, my wife, and I was like, look, I think I might have to come up. I'm absolutely crippled.
I'm going to go to do Rumba walks.
Yeah, I'm going to do Rumba walks for the next 5 hours. Yeah. But you know what I got from that, the experience and the people that I met and kind of rekindled some kind of friendships as well, because obviously all the people that were dancing, Brendan and all this, they all danced when I danced, you know what I mean? So it was nice to be kind of back involved, and then I still done little bits for different pros when they were dancing with celebs up in the northeast. Yeah, I would get involved with the celebs and stuff. So yeah, it opened a lot of doors, to be honest. It was really good. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, because this is how we met. We met through a party from Kevin, and then we started talking. And
I love Kev.
Yeah.
If you look at our WhatsApps over the last 2 weeks, all it is us arguing over football. So honestly, we love football. We both love England. And as soon as it gets to the World Cup, we're like every day just text. Yeah. So and he is passionate. You know what he's like. He can talk. I mean, we can talk, but he can talk.
He can talk.
And he goes off on tangents. And
so if I have him, I'm not going to speak with football.
If you mention Chelsea or England, done. You'll be here for 5 hours. Yeah.
I'm going to sleep here.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to the 20 rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
Just follow your instinct. This is 3 minutes, but we're going to use it as a.
That is not going to happen.
Kind of time. It's not going to happen.
Come on,
there's going to be a question. Yeah. All right. First question.
Yeah.
Would you rather travel by train, plane, or car?
Train.
Favorite type of food?
Thai.
Which is the hardest, football or dance?
Dance.
First thing you notice when you meet someone? Shoes, no.
Yeah.
Hairstyle.
Watches and shoes.
Watches and shoes. I love that. All right. Fun fact about you.
I was in the fire service.
You were what?
Yeah, I was a fireman.
A fireman.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. How long?
Not long.
Did you manage to, or did you start fires?
No, I put fires out. Yeah.
6. The film or show you've watched 100 times?
Gangs in New York, Les Mis, and Moulin Rouge, the film. I love that.
Yeah. I love Moulin Rouge. 7. Have you ever tried skiing?
Yes.
Did you?
Quick story? No story.
Go.
So when I was 13, went skiing with the school.
Okay.
And I ended up in a competition.
Of course.
With all of the other. I'd never skied before, and I won the competition in Austria. And I'm sure it was because of dancing.
Yeah,
because I could just do it.
Your balance.
And then I took India when she was 5 to Lapland to go skiing, and I got wrong off the lady because you're meant to not take kids straight away skiing. They're meant to have lessons. But India, I just kept her hand and she was fine. So I think everyone can ski. You just fall over if you don't do it. But yeah.
I fell.
Love skiing.
On snowboard a few times. Yeah. Are you always early or late?
Late.
Me too. Well done. One random thing you hate?
Bad manners. It's not really random, but
I agree.
Bad manners.
10. Best vacation spot?
Oh, it was South Africa. I am in love with South Africa. I want to live there one day, but because we've just been
move together.
Yeah, yeah. Because I've just been to Thailand. I think Thailand's just pipped it.
Yeah.
Thailand's amazing.
It's beautiful. 11. Worst vacation spot?
Oh, it used to be Egypt, but Egypt's changed now. It's actually all right. But
yeah. I hear plus and minuses. Yeah. Anyway, 12. Has dance helped you in business?
Yes, 100%.
13. Should all young boys learn to dance?
Yes, if they want to.
14. Your dream as a kid, as a child?
Yeah, to be a dancer.
15. What is hardest, judging or coaching?
Oh, coaching.
16. A night in or a night out?
Night in. And a night out.
You're getting older, yeah? 73 words to describe yourself.
Friendly, talkative, and passionate.
Passionate, yeah, nice. 18. Would you rather be able to travel back in time or forward in the future?
Back in time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would have said forward.
I don't want to know what's going to happen and change things in the past.
19. Your best dancing memory?
British team. First time I danced for the British team at Blackpool.
And 20. What makes you the most proud?
India. 100%.
Well done. Well done. Oh, I think, because of the story, we are almost 3 minutes.
We've done well there.
We did well. Yeah, not bad. And I hope I didn't talk so much now. That's good. So we have a world atlas because we want to know, we want to educate ourselves.
Yeah.
So we always pick up a country randomly. Before you do that, our last guest, James Wilson, he picked up Chad. That's a country.
Okay, yeah.
From what I could find, there's little public evidence of a structural Latin and ballroom dance scene there. Do you know anything about the country?
I know because of the football now. I know they've got a football team, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't even know where is it. Where is Africa?
Is it middle?
Like Nigeria way?
I think it has the same colors. The flag is the same as Romania. That's why I know it.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that it's around central.
Yeah, I think under Uganda, somewhere there. Under Libya.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, more on this side. Yeah. Nice. So no a strong federation or organization footprint, no visible competition circuit, and no clear international representation in dance sport. But that does not mean dance is absent. Quite the opposite. Chad has a rich dance culture rooted in traditional, ceremonial, and community forms of dance, and also visible contemporary expression through youth culture and performance spaces. So it's a big part of the culture, but not organized in our way of dance, ballroom dancing. So the real story here is this: dance is alive in Chad, just not necessarily in a formal Latin or ballroom system we usually talk about. Yeah,
it's very interesting. Yeah,
we learn something new. So take the book.
Let's go.
Let's see, and you have to try to guess something about, but don't like that.
No, I'm just.
You're looking. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that.
Just stop.
Just stop somewhere. What did you get? Laos.
Yeah.
Ooh, Laos.
Is it Laos?
I would say, but Laos is also nice.
Next to Thailand.
There you go.
There you go. You see.
Okay, tell me something about Laos, if you know.
Best time to visit is in November to February.
There you go.
Random fact: is it Lao or Lao?
I think it's Laos.
I think it's Lao. The Lao people are the world's most prolific consumers of sticky rice.
Oh,
getting through 155 kilograms per person per year. Wow.
That's a lot of rice right there. There you go, friend.
Good fact.
Easy life. Huh? What are we going to have for dinner? Let me think about.
Oh, this is a good one. Laos is one of the few countries where homosexuality has never been criminalized.
Oh.
Since the first official gay pride march in 2012, gay lives have become increasingly visible. Thanks to the work of the LGBTI organisations, such proud to be us Laos.
That's brilliant. About dance, do you know anything about... Do you think they have a dance federation?
Yeah, they'll not have a dance federation, but I think it'll be very much like Bali and places like that where it is very much ingrained and they'll have strong kind of cultural dance.
Yeah, for sure. But like proper ballroom?
No ballroom dance. No. I don't even think they'll have a pair of Cuban heels.
But Thailand has, and Thailand is the neighbor. Thailand has big. Oh my God, all federation. Thailand is.
Oh really?
Is the king's whatever it's called. I know some of my friends are judging there, and it's really like they love it. They love it, and you're so nice, the people.
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Industry questions. When growing up, you spent time both playing football and dancing. How was it to navigate those two different identities of a young boy, and how would that work today?
Yeah. Well. Firstly, I got called Dancing Plant when I was playing football.
Dancing?
Plant. So can you remember the plants? Can you remember the plants that used to put music on and used to do?
Yeah.
So they had just come out when I was younger.
That's funny, actually.
So obviously when
were you playing football like
football,
this? Whoa!
And everyone, and obviously I used to run a little bit more. Ooh,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Like those penalty last night.
Yeah.
Oh man, they were good.
So good. So I'm so happy Germany got. That's another story.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, so I think it was quite hard at first. But then when all that kind of in my teens, when I was at Sunderland, I used to I went to one of the players' weddings. They were in the Premier. No, they were in the First Division at the time, and somebody asked us to dance, and I done some silly dancing and whatever on the thing. And from then, the lads kind of embraced it a little bit, and they were like, actually really good, because they thought it was all stiff, that all you could do was ballroom. Do you know that? In their heads, that's what your dancing is, but it's obviously not. And then on the dance side, football helped with dancing, because obviously I got stronger, I got faster, but it's the same with dancing as well. You're probably a lot more powerful and more, you're faster, your stamina is better than 99% of the kids that you're kind of playing with, because all they're doing is 90 minutes a week, where we're doing 5 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I just know my friends who are playing professionally, in the youth, their calves were smaller than mine. This is what 100%. I'm going to say.
I'll tell you the only thing, and this got, a few people laughed at this when I said it years ago, but the only thing that I've found that is the equivalent of dance training is boxing. So when I used to go to the boxing gym, because
without the heat, you get, if you go to Blackpool, probably you get
you got a few
once or twice.
Yeah. So when I trained with the boxing, from your toes to your neck to your head, everything is working, and dancing is exactly the same. And so the only thing I could find that you work me core the same, was
the intensity.
Boxing. Yeah. So
and you have those reprise, in boxing as well.
Yeah, 3 minutes down, 3 minutes. So you're just doing a cha-cha, and you know what I mean. It's so that would be.
But the partner is different.
Yeah, the partner is very different. It depends. So
it depends.
It depends.
I love that.
Yeah. So when I first,
I had a partner.
Yeah.
It felt like boxing.
A bit like boxing. So I had 3 fights, and the first,
boxing.
So the first,
did you?
Yeah, the first one
this
was.
Guy, I'm out, guys. I'm gonna leave him. Talk to the camera. See you later.
The first one. This is when I was younger. Obviously.
Of course, you were very young.
Yeah, very young.
You were young 14, for 30 years.
Yeah, 13, 14. And just at the gym.
Yeah.
The first one was really easy. The lad was littler than me, younger than me, so it was. I'm not going to lie and say. And then I started showboating on the second one. The kid was about the same age as me, and because I danced, I was giving it the whole Prince Nazim, beat him. And then the coach, obviously seeing us taking the mick, and put someone that was good in, and I got absolutely battered. And that was the last time. That punch in the face is. I'd rather take a rhinestone in the eye
from the hip
any day than
with using the center, not only the arms.
Just the one hit on the nose is it. Yeah, that's not nice.
Oti was dancing with the first season of Strictly 2015.
Yeah,
I think the boxer he did wrestling now in the US. He's really good. I will remember the name.
I know what you mean. Anthony Ogogo.
Ogogo.
Yeah.
Man.
He's lost. His eye. Yeah.
And I said, Anthony hit me once. Okay-ish. Man, I flew.
Yeah.
I flew in the shoulder, not face.
Yeah.
I would still be.
Different level. Different level.
I said, that was okay. I said, I don't want to know when you hit. Because when you hit the train is passing through your face.
You're gone. You're gone.
No, it's crazy. All right. What do you think those disciplines, dance and football, can learn from each other? We were talking about.
I think it's very similar in terms of the dedication. I think a lot of footballers, they don't have the same mentality as dancers. So that you will get the ones in the Premier League, but not everyone's going to play in the Premier League. Not everyone's going to win Blackpool. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be able to have that the target for yourself. So if your talent is going to take you to the championship, where to be fair, you're still going to make 40 grand a week. It's great, but you've still got to have the mentality, and hard work always takes over talent. And this is something I say in India all the time. You know, when you're sitting at home on your laptop or your iPad watching Netflix for an hour, somebody else is actually training for an hour, and they get better.
In their living room, they don't have to be in the studio.
No,
it's what I'm telling my students. Rumba walks.
Yeah,
they don't have anything to do with the studio.
They
can be done in the studio, but they don't have to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I think the dance and the football link is very similar anyway. And I think there's not as much money to pay out to play football, but there is a lot of pressure on kids to make it from parents, especially in the football world, which is the same in dancing. People live through their kids. So I think having the enjoyment at the beginning, but then having that dedication, the way dancers are, that is what their life is. In football is a little bit less like that now. It used to be.
I think because of the larger team.
Yeah.
So dancing is obviously an interval sport and is a team sport, but it's not that you have the big team.
Yeah.
And I think you can hide a little bit. You can be supported by the team. So when you have bad times, whatever, you're growing or your masters are not ready or you're at different stages, your team can help you.
100%.
But when you're on the floor, there is nobody hiding.
Yeah,
you can't hide.
Because not even your partner can help you.
I mean, no.
Really?
If you're out, you're out there.
You're done.
You can just play a little bit on the side.
Yeah.
You shared with us that you care about maintaining high standards in the DanceSport world, while ensuring dance remains enjoyable and inclusive. Can you talk more about what type of standard you think we should value and how to create a good environment for the future generations of dancers?
Yeah, I think for me, there should be 2 or 3 different pathways now. I think, you'll have to correct this here because I'm not involved as much as you. But from my experience and when I see India's friends that do Latin and Ballroom, there is one pathway, and the one pathway is you have lessons, you practice, you have lessons, you practice, you go to a different teacher, you go to a different teacher, you practice. But that's not always the right way for everyone. So if you've got only one direction to go in, which is to get 3 or 4 different teachers to get the marks, which we know that's how it works, that's not always going to work for this talented little girl whose parents have got no money and they can't afford these teachers. So I think we should be open and kind of, maybe it's money, maybe it's foundations, maybe it's kind of opportunities that aren't there and don't exist, because I'm not aware of any foundations in the Latin and Ballroom world that give out maybe a year's free lessons to an underprivileged child. Is that one?
No, there's I'm going to have Oscar is doing Black in the Ballroom. He's supporting a lot. We have scholarship sometimes for kids who can't afford. So we
what I'm on about is
No.
No, this is what I mean. No. So as a foundation, surely the amount of money that comes into them foundations, there's got to be something
to have from the government.
Yeah.
A certain budget for the federation to just
to open it up.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that I see that is the biggest disadvantage for a talented kids that could be doing it, because everything else is going to, I don't think, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think anything can really change too much because it's ingrained so much that this is what you have to do. And until there's a new generation comes through, I think, for example, you guys, once you're sitting at the top of this tree, then there's a change, but nothing's going to change in the near future, is it?
No, I mean, there's a beauty of a few things that we wanna keep.
Yeah.
Now it's going a lot into all the solo competitions and prom competitions, which are great, but still the base of the whole ballroom dancing is the couple dancing.
Yeah.
So you can't lose that. For example, the way people are behaving, teaching, judging, and let's say giving to the system their best is getting better. So from my perspective, is getting better.
Yeah.
But is until the old guard, let's say, is gonna be there, they're gonna be the authorities, and they're gonna try to
dictate,
manipulate, matching to what they know.
Yeah.
You know, and it's fair because this is what they did all their life. They can't just change like that. But I'm very positive about it.
Yeah.
That again, I see the full part of the glass. But I think because kids speak out much more nowadays, they are more open. They see more. They are less impressed by fake authorities. I think that gives in every sport. I think it's really.
Do you think that one of the biggest problems I see, and this is more of a business sense of it, but if you, let's say for example, you are in the top 12 in the world, and you live in Sweden.
Yeah.
So you're traveling to London to get lessons. You're traveling to competitions. You're constantly spending out. There's not really any money in it. I don't know how much the prize money is now, but I'm presuming it's the same. Very little.
So that's why when I dance for Germany, we got quite a lot of money.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But
that's why Germany and Denmark actually is also very good in supporting.
But just my point is, systematically you are, when you finish dancing, and your idea of doing all these competitions is to become a teacher, to be able to make money for a business.
Correct.
So that can the system change from people needing to make a lot of money to repay but that 30 years that they put into it? Because then, if they don't do that, how are they going to make a living?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's quite hard, isn't it? Because you're caught in a kind of trap where you spend, you don't really make anything.
Because I think the system is very private. It should be a little bit more like also musical theater schools. You pay the teacher monthly, and he should do so many hours, and you have the top kids that they get a private lesson paid by the school.
Yeah.
So that would be a bit a different type of system.
Yeah.
But of course, parents, if they have money, they say, "Oh, I want my kid to have 10 lessons," and they have 20 lessons. So I moved to Germany. I had my first lesson when I was 19, private lesson.
Really?
Only group lessons.
Wow.
And in terms of money, because we were talking about money, I was winning the Bavarian Championship in Ballroom. And the guy who, Maxim, I still remember from Munich, the guy, great guy. And we were like, he had this beautiful tailsuit, so made in England actually. And it was like, oh, my tailsuit was 2,000 pounds. It's like, wow, that's great. My tailsuit was 50 euro, made in Romania.
Next.
And I was first and he was second. Especially about clothes, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. I said, yeah. I can't believe it. I said, but you look great.
Yeah, fantastic.
On the second place, you look great. I look a little bit, maybe not so good, but I won, you know?
Yeah, exactly,
so that's what I'm saying. It's, and that's why I have this experience that I'm like, guys, come on. Let's just be
of course,
neat, simple. Of course, you need to be aesthetic and to have a certain look, but we don't have to exaggerate. We don't have to. And the attitude of the kids is changing, you know, because they don't feel inclusive. If you're too much standing out, you have to stand out, but you don't have to always be
no.
$3,000 of stones on my shirt and on my dress, and that's gonna bring. Of course, you look great, well done. But then you're gonna be alone in your bubble winning, or you're gonna be with everybody else.
Yeah.
And sometimes being second and third, and it's great. I have to, when my parents are calling me, oh, my daughter was second, third, fifth. Great job.
Yeah.
How old is she? Whatever, 12, 13, 14.
Amazing.
Great job.
Yeah.
Let her win when she's adult, when she's youth even, you know, let's go from there. But don't be bothered now. Just don't lose the focus on what's important.
No, it is. It's right. And you touched on it, just going back to it, I think the kids are a lot more grown up now. You know, they're really able to speak out. They're able to kind of communicate well. It's more, when we were younger, it was kind of like kids are kids and adults are adults. Now there's not that gap. You know, you can have that conversation, which is helping with other problems that may be in the kind of industry.
And actually, I had Nicole Cutler a few weeks ago, and she's writing a lot about this. Why do kids have to look like adults?
Yeah.
In the ballroom world, why?
Yeah, I hate it. Especially being a girl dad, like I keep them as little as possible for as long as possible.
No, but just be appropriate.
Just the age,
Age appropriate.
You see 12-year-olds now, they look like they're dressed like 18-year-olds on the dance floor, and it bugs me.
All right, do you think the dance world is good at preparing people for a life with different careers, performing, like you said, teaching, then maybe hosting something, building, creating, or that is it reward staying inside one lane for too long.
No, I think it's amazing for people, and I think not a lot of people will benefit from it as much as they should, because if I could hire all of my staff that were dancers, I would 100% have a dancer in front of anyone else, because they just work hard. The dedication, they buy into it. We go to dance schools when we're younger, and all of a sudden you're part of this thing, which you're fierce about. It's a bit like a football club.
Yeah.
You're fierce about. So if you're from, dancers, for example, in one place, and then there's a rivalry, and it's always the same. And I think having that from a young age brings you into this world of business where everything's, you fight to keep, and you're kind of fierce for, so people that worked for me that were dancers, I've got salespeople who are, I nearly swore there, but amazing. The best salespeople you'll get are dancers, because they know how to talk to people, they know how to manipulate people, they know how to get around people, they know when to speak, when not to speak.
True.
Like it's a superpower. And I think more people, there should be more done. In fact, I would love to, now we're talking about this, I would love to set something up there that was a pathway for dancers that were coming to the end of a career, that weren't going to be teachers, they didn't want to do that, wanted to get into business, that we could set something up to allow them to go into business, some sort of, I don't know, talent pool that you know what I mean? Because it's not the end of the world you're having to work, because you still got all of them creative things you can do outside of work. But once you get into work, it's weird because it doesn't feel like it. We don't work, do we? We enjoy ourselves, we make money, we do business, but it's not classed as work because it feels so kind of easy, and that's what you would get from when you finish dancing.
Exactly.
Don't be frightened of it, jump into it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
of course.
We need to have a conversation after this, man. And maybe set something up here.
We have to have a beer, watch a game, and then go for it. 2 more questions. Over the years, what changes have you noticed in DanceSport? And do you think they are making that world better?
I'm not going to say I don't know if they're making the world better, because I'm not involved in it as much as I would like, and it's not my place to say, because I think someone like yourself is much more involved in it. But I think the change, the biggest thing that I've seen is the inclusion of boys. I think it's so much more accepted for boys to dance than it ever has been now. It's so cool when they're at school, if the kids are dancing, like India's friends, whenever she'll see any of the boys dancing, she's like, oh, he's really good, rather than he's a dancer, him. Like, that was the attitude we got. Like, look at that him. So he's like a little girl doing dancing, where now it's like, he's so cool doing it, because it's not just Latin and ballroom, it's everything. I think Strictly's really opened that up, because there's so many good males, like Kev, like Aliash, like Giovanni, like all these people that were doing it that weren't classed as, girls at school. It's that kind of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It's just the mentality of the general public has changed completely.
I think people generally judge a little bit less live, more on socials probably. But I feel that attitude as well, and the courage to just speak about, like we talked before about your dad was not easy to say. Oh, I don't even know my dad. I have to ask him how did he feel that I was not being a football player, and I was dancing. I don't even know, but I think he was more relaxed generally about it. He was not so, and my mom obviously wanted. She was pushing, go, do whatever you can just to get out of the rat race, kind of, So and you're perfectly entitled to say your opinion, whatever. But this with the boys, I can see it very, very well. I think it's a really, really positive change. A big part of your story now is not only what you perform, but what you're building. What are you creating at this stage of your life? Who is it for? And why does it matter enough to you now to put real energy behind it?
Yeah, this is really boring, but everything that I'm doing now is to allow India, my daughter, to not have to worry about whether she can continue education in musical theatre and not. There's a big problem within the musical theatre industry, drama theory, that you can have big gaps out of work, which then you have to which is fine, you have to get jobs and this, that, and that. But one thing that I want her to do is just live through her 20s, through her teens, through her 20s, without having to worry about, can I go for that audition, or can I do that because I need to get a job, or whatever. Now, everyone's not going to be as as lucky as that, and I know that, but that's what I chose to do when she was born. I thought, right, I'm going to go into business and build something that allows me to give everything that potentially I didn't have or that people didn't have, that allows her to access that. So that's my main drive. And obviously my wife as well, she's exactly the same as me. She is a unbelievable workaholic and one of the most amazing business people that I know. She's amazing. So she's the same. So we're quite lucky.
That's good. You have the same mentality.
Yeah.
Is it something, just to add to this question, that you would think, because we need struggle for sure,
Yeah.
To get a diamond out, you need a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Would you create somehow struggle? I don't know. I'm just thinking also for in my situation, because if they don't have struggle, it's not good as well. So it's a different type of. And this I discussed with Oti a lot.
Mate, I am exactly the same, and I think, you know what, I wished, because she went through a stage of every audition she went through, she got what she went for when she was younger, and I started worrying about the rejection bit, and in my head I didn't want her to get a rejection when she was 15, 16, and because that is a bad age to get rejection in general, but for it to be her first one when you're used to getting everything. So I kind of wished that she would get one, and she went for Mary Poppins, and there was 5,000 kids auditioned for her. She got down to the last 8, and it was Andrew Lloyd Webber, I think, the guy who obviously does it. He was there, and he said, yeah. Sorry, I was, because I'm thinking as I'm telling you, but he was in the last audition, and he absolutely loved that, but said that she would be too old for the part once. So that was the first rejection, and she handled it so much better. She was upset, and then she was like, right, I need to work harder to get and that was me main worry, that she was going to go through life not having to struggle. She goes to I'm not ashamed to say, she goes to a private school because we thought that would be better for her.
Of course.
You know, so we've put ourselves out and to get her that. And the whole time I'm the same as you. I'm worrying, is everything a little bit too easy? But you know what we've created? We've created through our hard work. She sees how hard we work, and she wants to do that.
And kids copy.
Yeah, exactly. So you can tell kids, or you can put them in an environment, or you can show them with what you do.
That's
and
true.
if your manners and your mentality and your dedication and hard work and the way you act about each other,
and also I think in the basic stuff at home, you know, you have to do something to get whatever. If you want to get a new bike, you want to get whatever you have, or you want to come with us to in vacation, no problem. Let's do your bed and do your room for the next 2 weeks, and then you come with us to vacation. Otherwise, you stay home with grandma or whatever, you know.
Yeah, because everything's not easy. I mean, we say this, right? We say that they've got a privileged life, but then India doesn't go out playing with her friends through the week. She's literally for the last 5 years, she's gone to dancing on a Monday. She sings on a Tuesday, dancing
for itself.
Every single day. She's not in until 8, 9 o'clock every night. Weekend she's out dancing, and then on a Sunday she does all of her musical theatre. So she knows what hard work is. That's not easy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
100% not.
It's just giving her the opportunities
for a young lady. Yeah, of course. Man, that was so good. So good. So good.
We've
I love it.
There.
No, it's good. So the podcast is called Break the Routine. Yeah. So I'm trying to just inspire people to talk about their experiences, how they did that, because obviously to be successful, you can't do what everybody else is doing. No. What is something you did in your life that most people wouldn't have done, and that changed things completely? How did you break that routine of thinking like everybody else?
It's not such a thing that I changed. I think the thing that I do that's different to everyone else is just say I can. I can do that. So when we spoke earlier on about the radio, the TV business, none of these things I had.
Firefighter.
So what do you know what I do? My biggest thing in life, and I tell this to people that work for us, India, whatever it is, as soon as you don't enjoy something, change. And so many people get stuck into a routine of 9 to 5. They've got to make the money, and I understand it to an extent, but there's always something out there for anyone. You can get a job doing something that you actually like. You might not be able to get as much money at the beginning of it, but then you'll work your way up. If you enjoy it, then you're going to perform much better.
You're going to get good. And the thing is that the motivation, that's always the point, because obviously it's a honeymoon at the beginning of everything. And then you dip, and then you need motivation. But and the motivation comes from passion.
Exactly. And I don't understand when I've got friends who absolutely hate work and they complain constantly. I say, well, change it. Like, you're going to die at some point in your life. Like, there's going to be a point where you don't exist anymore. A surprise. So instead of going through all of your work in life, being miserable and regretting every single day, change it now. And in 3 years' time, you'll be on the same money, but you'll love your life and you'll enjoy it and you'll have a passion. This is something that I do, and I've instilled it in India. If you don't enjoy something, stop doing it, change it.
You should be a motivational speaker.
Oh, I don't know about that. But I think,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I think the main thing is that, and also the belief that you can do anything. And that sounds like, because you've just said that I'm saying you can do anything. I don't mean it in a corny way.
No,
I just mean, like, if you want to,
you can.
If you want to,
if you work hard, if you love it, why not?
And you know what? Someone's going to go at some point. Someone's going to go to me, right? Because it hasn't happened yet. Touch wood. But someone's going to go, "What the hell are you talking about? What you want to do that? You can't do that." But maybe it's a Formula One driver. I'm not going to be able to drive a Formula One, but it's having them limits, isn't it, in your brain? What's stopping you from doing it? But yeah. I'm massively keen on people just doing what they want.
We can just do go-karts. Yeah. We don't have to go Formula One.
Yeah.
It's fun as well.
But you know what I mean?
You know?
Yeah.
You don't have to be exactly in the system.
Actually, one time...
You can make your own system. You never know what's coming. I mean, Formula E now is growing. Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah, that's something the business will look at.
So we have a BTR playlist. What's your favorite music to dance right now? One song. We'll add it to our playlist.
Oh, what is the Bad Bunny one? Begins with N.
Yeah, I think we had that already, yeah?
Have you?
But we love Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I was just watching the Super Bowl opening
so good.
Yesterday, yeah.
Do you know what I love? I listen to a lot Buena Vista Social Club.
Oh my God.
Anything,
love them. That chan.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I was practicing cha-cha walks on that one.
And there's another one. I'll think of it afterwards, but you'll love it.
Yeah, we can add two.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you afterwards. But yeah,
you can send
anything like Latin salsa, I'm on it.
Do you still have time for salsa?
Yeah, I still do.
Do you?
I still do bits. Yeah.
Oh man, no time.
Yeah.
And actually, we're gonna build the salsa community here. I have one guy coming to see the studio. One of the first who started properly in London. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
I want to do a Saturday evening.
So good.
The studio is perfect for salsa.
That is the best accessible wise. That's the best thing.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And you're going to come.
Yeah,
going to come over.
Definitely.
You're going to come over. All right. So we always leave a question for the next guest. So you have a question from Mr. James Wilson. And this is it. I'm going to play it for you.
Did he know it was me though or not?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
My question would be, my question is this. Name 2 dancers that you would associate and or add on to the already 10 ballroom and Latin dancers. So which dance do you think falls under the ballroom category that hasn't been acknowledged as a ballroom dance? Mm-hmm. And which dance do you think falls under the Latin category that hasn't been acknowledged as a Latin dance?
That's a great question. Your question.
That's a horrible question.
Horrible question, James.
No, it's a really good question, but he's picked the wrong one.
I mean, we talk about salsa.
I was going to say salsa. I would definitely some variation of salsa in there. I think it needs to be a little. Or I think Argentine tango could be amazing in the ballroom. I think that would be.
I mean, what about the position?
Yeah, I know it's hard, isn't it, to kind of. But then you've got the American smooth now that's open.
Yeah, but they open.
Exactly.
They open too much. Something that could be dancing close. Like a blues, like I don't know, something more.
Like, is there anything that is like the already existing ballroom dances that is just solely closed? There's not really, is there? Because you see Argentine tango's open here and there.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Maybe it's a variation of Argentine tango.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be.
But then you've got international tango. They go and they put the lady's head on the shoulder and then they go out again. So there is elements of tango Argentina already.
I suppose it's already there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
I mean, quick step, something like quick step, something in that direction.
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah, it's hard because then you're just adding some. So to answer the question,
I mean, Charleston elements. Yeah, Charleston elements are in quick step, but you could do their own dance. Yeah, a 6 dance as a Charleston.
But it's hard to keep it in that bracket, isn't it? So if we're answering it properly, as in like what would fit in, I don't actually think there's anything in the ballroom that you could shoehorn in that
something
was,
that would match. I mean, tango is different than the other swing dances. So tango is already something that developed from that super close to and tango. I love tango international style.
Yeah, tango was my favorite.
It was
Foxtrot
crazy.
and tango.
Like for example, Paso Doble in Latin is completely different than anything else.
What is your two favorite dances? Latin ball.
Paso and Paso Doble and tango.
Yeah, high five.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, man.
And
then jive and quick step.
Yeah.
I mean, jive, I had fun forever.
See, I hated jive. Because it was my worst dance, always my worst dance.
Wait, you didn't have to practice? I never practiced.
You didn't have to practice, you just ran about for half an hour, kicking.
No.
But yeah, and what I always kind of confuses in competitions, and I used to think, I've worked really hard at this routine, and I've practiced, and then I look round and someone else is in the final, and on the last minute of the dance, just standing on the spot, because they're knackered. And I'm like, just do the dance, and then they win. Do you know what I mean? And then they win, and I'm like, how are you winning? A minute, you've just did, baby, come on, like that. Do you know what I mean?
I was listening to the music.
Yeah.
Wait, what is the band? What is the band doing? You're the dancer?
Yeah,
you're not in the
dance,
band.
You dance, man. And I'm behind going,
let me give you the
kick,
drum.
fly, come on, we're going to win this. And then he's going, yeah, look at here, da. For a minute, you're like, come on.
Let's not talk about other dancers.
Yeah.
All right. What's your question for our next guest?
Okay. If you could change 3 things about your journey in dance, what would they be?
I love that. Oh, wow. That's a good one. That's going to be a long answer. I can say it already.
If you would change one thing in your journey in dancing, what would it be?
One I think is a good
Personally, I think,
Brilliant. Man, that was so good.
Yeah,
thank you
thanks
so much, man. That was really, really, yes. And I love we call it in German Vielfalt.
Yeah.
So we were
all over the
going
place,
through everything. And that's the beauty of it, because life is complex.
Yeah.
You can't just only see and it's okay to be super professional in something and stick to that, for sure. That's amazing. We need those kind of people.
Do you know,
I love this, to be from a dancer to get to be an entrepreneur. It's brilliant.
Do you know? And we say this a lot. You do get one life, and I think to have the experiences and to do as much as you can in there is so vital for you, for everyone in their own personal journey. And I think people used to always laugh at me because I would try 3 or 4 different things, in between jobs. I would go flip from one to the other because I explained that if I didn't like it, I didn't do it. But now everyone's like, I wish I'd done that.
I saw inspirational speak from Kevin Hart, and then he was saying, guys, come on, stop it. Don't put me in a box.
Yeah.
I want to be a producer. I want to do whatever his tequila drink.
Yeah.
I want to do that. Don't put me. No. And why can't I? Why not? Why not? Like,
exactly.
why are you like this? Like,
why have you got to be someone?
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I have to be a comedian. Yes, I'm a comedian and I love it. Yeah. But I have to do other things, and just allow me to be whatever I want to be.
Yeah. No, it's amazing.
That's good. That's what I'm telling you. You should be something in the motivational area. And my brother is doing that. That's why I know. He's a public speaker and does coaching for business people and a lot of motivational and team buildings.
Yeah.
So really brilliant stuff.
Amazing.
And that's why I see that energy, out there. So you would be brilliant for that.
It's just people understanding. Is that the problem? Obviously, being from Newcastle, a Geordie motivational speaker.
I mean,
I'll have to slow it down. And
I mean, there is a huge community in the north. You can inspire.
Massive,
you don't have to. London has probably a few people that do that.
I pipe. Come on, guys, let's go to London. We're going to Crusade.
We need to do. All right, thank you so much for joining us in this studio and this really brilliant conversation. I really love what we spoke about, and I'm happy you are open to all of that. And we have to be open, and we have to touch all these subjects to get better, because they are the little puzzle pieces that we need to find in order to see the bigger picture.
No, I've enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you, dear listener, for being here with us. Of course, try to follow all our videos. We have a lot of amazing guests, very different, which we are really searching for. Subscribe, send it to your friends, write us in comments if you have guests that you want to have, or questions that are necessary, or there are things we should go more into, more subject that or maybe interesting for the community. We really, really try to inspire and to have conversations that really, really make a difference. Yeah. All the best. Thank you. See you next time.